IGL life can and often is very tough. When a team loses a game, in-game leader often hears, "We shouldn't have gone there against their eco force. Why were we attacking the same bomb site all the time? We should eco one round and then play full instead of forcing all the time." And so on and so on. When a team wins a game, on the other hand, in-game leader doesn't hear words of appreciation. Instead, players like to say how impactful they were throughout the game with their multi-kill rounds. I mean, of course they were, yet often only in-game leader understands why they had a chance to score so many kills and how the space was created for them to shine.
Success has always many fathers, while failure is in most cases an orphan.
I know it all from my own experience. I've been an in-game leader for over 10 years. In this new video series, I would like to answer some of the most important questions related to in-game leading. First topic I'm going to cover is choosing an in-game leader from a 5 players roster. Let's assume that you have just created a team and you don't really have an in-game leader, or you do, but the player you have chosen doesn't really want to play this role because he thinks he has a greater impact by being, for example, an entry fragger or sniper. So we're in a point where we have 5 skilled players and no real IGL. Now, from my own experience, I can tell you that such teams will not last for too long. Why? Simply because lack of the leadership. You can't have a successful team in which a different player is calling every round. After a couple of lost rounds, nobody from the team is willing to call anymore, which in the end creates chaos and disorder in your game. Suddenly, players stop talking with each other during the rounds or giving ideas and mid-game calls, which results in losing even more rounds and creates additional frustration. Then frustration and feeling of helplessness often provokes players to fight with each other instead of opponent. So when you reach that point during the game, there is nothing that can save you and the match is lost long before the opposite team scores 16 rounds. After a few matches like that, players start to think about roster changes, usually blaming lowest scoring player within the team for their losses. So they change 1 or 2 players and a couple of weeks later the history repeats itself once again. How to avoid it? Well, we have to choose a leader. Who should be that person? In my opinion, this should be a player with the strongest character and the most free time within the team. A strong character is needed to calm players down and to earn respect from all other members of the team, who by the way must agree to listen to in-game leader during the game. A lot of free time, on the other hand, is necessary for IGL to be able to work on his craft, especially if he has very little experience in that field. This requires a lot of thinking, and as we all know, only few people can really think, others think that they think, and majority of people would rather die than think. Also, what everybody has to agree with, at least in the beginning, is that there is no room for democracy within the team. Basically, there has to be a hierarchy and IGL has to be on top of it, like a dictator. All team members must also understand that initially their game and results might, and in most cases will suffer due to inexperienced leadership. However, if you manage to survive that phase and provide your IGL with nothing but support, you will start making progress and have a greater chance to maintain the same lineup for a longer period of time. Just remember not to criticize your IGL after the match and provide him with ideas during tactical pauses. The team should be helping him to gain a lot of confidence and never undermine his decisions, even if he would ask you to rush bombsite with nothing but knives in your hands. Nothing strengthens the leader more than the confidence and trust that his team has in him. So to sum things up, good in-game leaders should be a reasonable person, have a strong character, be charismatic, be respected by other teammates, and have a lot of free time to work on his craft. The team, on the other hand, should never criticize the in-game leader decisions, at least in the beginning, always obey the orders, provide valuable feedback on opponents' plays during the pause, and agree to dictatorship within the team. These are, in my opinion, the most important factors which have a true potential to quickly make any player a great in-game leader. I would like to ask you to help me choose the topic of the next episode. From the options you see on the screen, pick one and vote by replying to my comment under the video, typing 1 or 2. That's all for now guys, thank you so much for watching and I see you soon with another video.